I have now been subbed for a full year. Hard to believe it's only been the year that I've been a part of this community.
Ba 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 ba. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness, that was my mic was a little weird for a second there, but hello everyone. Hello Moth, hello Ouija, hello Wolf, hello Mare, hello Raiders and Raiders, Lurkers. No one's raided yet. In before we get a raid. Hello everyone. How are we doing today? How's playing the finals? I hope you had a good time playing the finals. And Ouija fan, thank you so much for the 12-month resub. That's freaking incredible. Thank you so much. Hey, Hopes, how are you? I got a bunch of IDW comics this week and 2 more Archie comics, and I think I found something cool in one of the Archie ones. What did you find? Color me intrigued, Ouija fan. And yes, I see we've got a couple of Pride hearts already from Wolf. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride to the gays in the chat. Yes, feel free to spam my pride emoji too. I got one too. It's a great month for everyone of all the weird, funky, cool, awesome identities. We out here. Yes, let's go, Hopes. Hello, Crep Kid. I just posted it in the Discord. Let me check the Discord then. And then I have to post the tweet. Oh, I have to say, I don't know. I don't know who Chester Cheetah is, but is it like a cool Easter egg? Like a throwback to like another character? Happy gay people, exactly. Every single June 1st for me, I am that one scene from Gravity Falls where Grunkle Stan opens the blinds and gets blasted with rainbow. Ugh. Mwah. I love Gravity Falls. What a good... No! Yes, I will allow that message. Thank you, Mayor, for allowing that message. Oh my goodness. First day of Pride Month, and the first thing that happens is that a message gets auto-banned for having the term "you gay" in it. Rude. Happy Pride Month to you too, Aaron. And of course to the gay lawyers and the spirit mediums and the prosecutors. That is very true. This is my last Zeph stream as a 23-year-old. Oh my goodness! I know! That's so exciting! Congratulations, Mayor. You're about to hit the mid-20s. How do you feel? How do you feel? It felt so weird when I turned 24 and I realized, I was like, oh God, I'm the mid-20s now. It felt so strange. You can't tell me that isn't Chester Cheetah. I don't know who Chester Cheetah is. I'm sorry, Ouija fan. All right, I need to get to logging in to Twitter because I cleared my cache and I forget when I have to clear my cache. I have to re-log into everything all over again. So let me just get in my frickin' Twitter account. Oh, no. Let me see it. There we go. Oh, the Cheetos mascot? I see. In Australia, we don't have Cheeto. Well, we do, but Cheetos are a lot less popular in Australia. Our favorite cheese dust covered snack, they're called Twisties. And speaking of Pride Month, the slogan for Twisties is "Life's pretty straight without Twisties," and I think that's beautiful. I'm just about in my mid-30s by a month or so. Well, as in, your birthday was a month ago, or your birthday is in a month? Either way, Wolf, happy late and or early birthday. I hope you're having fun in the mid-30s. In a month, happy early birthday then. I'm glad I didn't miss it. Hey, Cass, how you doing? Speaking of people about to have birthdays, hello, Cass, how are you? Happy Cass Day for tomorrow, of course. June, I think I've said this before, but I have, like, 3 friends that are all born on June 3rd, and it's absolutely incredible. It's a mess of a time, but it is incredible. All right, let me get this tweet done. All right. Yes, I hope everyone is doing well. How was everyone's weekends? I survived my first ever Monday work shift, and it was nice. I liked it a lot. I'm not the greatest, but it is what it is. Well, I hope things work out for you. I hope you can feel better. I hope this can cheer you up. And if not, I hope you can be cheered up in other ways in the future. Congrats, thank you. I was definitely worried I kind of ran late. When I say I'm running late, when it comes to work, when I run late, it means I'm on time. I like getting to work early, not to work early, but to just sit in the locker room for a good 2 minutes or like 10 minutes and just relax and prepare myself and do like a breathing exercise and stuff like that. And today I couldn't do that. Today I had to go in straight away. Celebrating Pride with everyone's favorite gay prosecutor. Playing more Ace Attorney Investigations. It's not called Miles Edgeworth. I hate that the Phoenix Wright games are called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but then the Miles Edgeworth games are Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Like, why is one at the front of the title and one at the back of the title? Hello? Currently taking a short break after starting at 6:30 a.m. today. Oh my goodness, I hope you are looking after yourself. 6:30 a.m. is when I woke up to go to work. So, good luck with that. I finish at 3:30. Well, at least it's not long now. I hope, if you pop in, I look forward to it. The possibility. Did you update your PNG? I didn't. I didn't at all. Maybe because I'm in the just chatting section, you can see more detail of the PNG, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. PNG, tuber, Twitch streamer. There we go. Gotta add them hashtags. Then I gotta log into that. No, stop telling me to do things. Twitter, stop telling me things. I do the same thing. I usually get there about an hour early to both make sure traffic doesn't become a problem and because they got a big break room that has vending machines and booths in it, so I like to chill there before the shift starts. That makes sense. I would get there earlier than I do. I would like to just sit in the break room and vibe for a while. However, that would mean having to get up even earlier in the morning, and 6:30 in itself is a challenge. So I'm gonna stick with 6:30 for now, I think. Considering getting up at 6:30, I'm even sometimes late. I got the AI-generated G2A ad again. Ugh. What is G2A? That bit, but doesn't really matter. Any AI-generated ad sucks. It's so frustrating. I hate the inclusion of generative AI in everything. I talked about it on the last Minecraft stream. Like, yes, some of it can look cool, and people do fall for it now. Very often, actually, because unfortunately, AI art is improving. But that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. That just means, just because it's, people will call it, quote unquote, getting better, when in reality, what it means is that it's getting worse. Had to hold my phone to my ear, but can confirm I'm looking after myself. That's good. I'm glad. Got a bit overstimulated, so I just took a bunch of cables to the storeroom and took a relaxed 20 minutes to sort them. That sounds delightful, honestly. When I get overstimulated at work, I often I pull out the flares, because they're not earplugs, but they do, as I said, I've said this so many times, but flare calmers change the way that noise goes into your ears, so it can help me feel less overstimulated. At the very least, it gives me a placebo effect. You know? It gives me the placebo effect of, this is gonna make me feel better, so then I start to feel better. I've recently gotten hooked on Plants vs. Zombies, the second one on mobile specifically, and although it does have a few ads and a lot of microtransactions, it is a lot of fun. Oh, listen, sometimes the best games, unfortunately, are games with ads, but what's funny is that I'm kind of obsessed with playing ad games. Like, I don't download the apps themselves that are advertised to me, but when they give you a little mini game to complete within the ad, I'm obsessed with doing those. They're so fun. Like taking the screws out of the house or saving the girl from the dragon. I don't do the Candy Crush ones because Candy Crush sucks, but the rest of them, I love them so much. I've genuinely spent, the first time I came across one of those, you have to take the screws out of the house, I genuinely played that minigame for an hour, because if you lost, you could restart it and do it again. So I would just try over and over and over again. Safe to say it was a weird day mentally that I wasted an hour of time on that, and I'm definitely better at that now, but it's just, I still like them. A new one has come up that I don't like as much. I want the screw games back. I may have to actually download one of the screw games. Because the screw game ads have gone. It goes through phases. Hopefully they'll come back soon. Has anyone actually downloaded a game that, or like an app that was advertised to them? What does clown mode do? I'd have to, do you want to find out? Do you want to find out, Con? You can redeem clown mode. I'd have to I'll go to a different screen to make it work, but yeah, here we go. This is clown mode. I become a clown. Don't you worry, Con. Well, now you don't have to redeem it because Ouija did it for you. Ouija took one for the team and made me a clown. Thank you, Ouija. They got you, now you gotta download it. Yeah, I kind of want to download the cake sorting one. The cake sorting one is fun. And I wish the minigame was infinite, but it's not. Yes, I am a clown. I hope one day I can make a clown. I can get a clown emote. I do hope that in the future I can possibly do more emotes and stuff and invest more into my stream, because obviously I'm working more now, which means hopefully, well, it doesn't hopefully mean I get more money. It means I get more money. So that means I've got a little bit more income to play around with, maybe more emotes. Who knows? I might start looking into the potential VTuber model. I've already I haven't sketched out designs, but what I have done is I've made picrus of like how I visualize my VTuber model to be. It's different to this. It's a lot different to this, but I'm excited for when it does eventually get off the ground. Okay, I have to go to about profiles. Let me go to launch a new profile browser. There we go. I probably shouldn't have done that. Did I dox myself here? I don't think I did. It just says what my profiles are. Oh no. Just clowning around, that I am. Would we like to play squares today, chat? I haven't looked at today's squares at all, and I've been struggling. I've been struggling with the past few squares because they've been weird. Quite simply, they've been strange. Oh, and because I cleared my cache, it thinks I've never played this before. No, I've played this before. Oh. Wow, I did the tutorial wrong, chat. This is the worst day of my life, I think. All right, made. Wade. Waded. Mild. Wild. Vein and veil. Thank you. How about Wayne and whale? One of those was right. Dilemma? No. There's no E next to the L, Con. I see where you're going with this. You were close. But no cigar. Oh, geez. Here come the ads. I need to get an ad block on this thing. Let's look at these Firefox add-ons. Ad block. Just give me all of them. Please. Which one do I use? uBlock Origin. I know I use uBlock Origin. Yes. Add that. Please and thank you. Oh my goodness, we're saved. We're saved already. Wide. Bead. Beam. Dead. uBlock is good. Yeah, if there's one thing I know, I have a bunch of ad blockers and stuff on my other profile, on my other Firefox profile, and I know uBlock is one of them. Amid and amide. Idea? Oh, I thought, okay. It happened again. When you said idea, I thought you were like basically putting your hand up to say, I have an idea, possibly about like the ad block and stuff like that. No, you were giving me the word idea. Is limeade? Oh. Limeade. Line and Leanne. Aiden? We can try Aiden. Unfortunately not. I recently found a pretty cool thing with the PVZ2. There's currently a remake on PC of the game called Gardenless that's pretty cool and even brings back some features and songs that EA removed. Oh, that's fun. I like when games are brought to PC. Line and Leanne, I feel a strange sense of deja vu. Oh yeah, I feel like some words in squares get like represented an odd amount of times. Like, for example, I feel like Leanne gets there a lot. I feel like, there's other ones, but I can't think of them. But they're memorable, or at least they have been memorable because because they, what's the word? Oh! Nice. We got the big one, Hopes. Good job. Leanne is pronounced like lean. Well, too bad. I'm not pronouncing it like that. Bedlam, unfortunately, the L does not connect to the A. The remake is completely fan-made and is still being worked on, but so far it's a completely faithful remake and it's practically a port with redone animations. That's even more amazing, I think, when people make fan-made versions. I've done Bead, Aaron, but thank you. Bedline. I don't think that's a word. Sorry, Con. Mead. Nice. There's a lot of mine, so we back in the mines. Midline? Now that's a word. Nice job, Hopes. Hind? The N... Oh, no, there it is. Hind. Nice. You got one, Con. Let's go. We yearn for the mines. We do, in fact, yearn from the mines. Kind of. To be fair, I feel like I've played Minecraft too much, at least on stream. I need to finish it. I need to finish it. I want to play more games. Limed? Bonus word. Highly recommend PvZ2 Gardenless to any PvZ fan in chat who wants to play the game on PC. There may be emulators as well. I don't know. Dale, Dane, What's the W word? I did waited. With 2 A's. Good job, me. Liwa? No. What would be the next game you want to play afterward? That's a really good question. Because there are so many games I want to play. Like, if we look through my rank 1, like, I don't know. I don't know what it'd be. Mildew? We can't do mildew. I'm sorry, Con. Wine, of course. There's some Android emulators that can get the job done, but I prefer Gardenless as it's just better. And free microtransactions and ads. That makes sense. I can understand that. I don't think you can ever finish Minecraft. I agree, but when I say finish Minecraft, I want to finish my series of Minecraft. And by finishing my series and finishing my series of Minecraft it basically just means I beat the Ender Dragon. That's my big goal here, because I've never done it before. That's where I would stop after that. Oh my goodness, we got 2 out. Dane, I think I did that already. Yep. So, like, games afterwards. Like, Deltarune's coming out, but it's not coming out as a full game. Slime Rancher 2 is still in early access. Wait, let me check something. Let me just look at my Steam library for a second. And I can show you what I might play next. Well, I won't show you, I'll tell you. I'm not going to show you my Steam profile. Damine? Oh, jeez. No, Damine is not... Deltarune? Yeah, Deltarune is tempting. All right, let me look at my library here. What would I play? What have I got here? Because a lot of these are like, Fallout. Hey, Rosira, welcome in. Like, I'd be tempted to do Fallout. Like, Fallout New Vegas, probably, specifically. Let's see what else is here. What else have I got? Maybe a couple of, like, one-shots. Like, Highway Blossoms, stuff like that. Or, like, One Night Hot Springs, I think it's called. What else have we got? A lot of these are like mystery games, so I'd specifically do them for Mystery Monday. Moonlighter. I'm interested in playing Moonlighter. Plague Inc. would be fun to do one day, or maybe more Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster stuff. Portal. Is Portal? Linen. That's a word? Does Portal count as a mystery game or not? I don't know. Portal's really good, but also super short. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Saint Maker, I don't know if that's a mystery or not. Slay the Spire. Sonic Adventure 2. I could do Terraria, but I've said earlier the struggles I'd have with playing Terraria. And there's a few, like, multiplayer games that I could possibly get people together to play. There's just so many. A Pokemon game I'd want to do at some point. Portal's more puzzle with lore. Well, then I'd probably do Portal for Mystery Mondays then. Detective Pikachu is a mystery game. That is true, but if I played one of them, I'd want to play both of them. But I have heard that the second one is absolutely, absolutely terrible. You could Nuzlocke a game. Oh, hopes. A Nuzlocke has been in the plans for months. You could Nuzlocke Detective Pikachu. I'm not sure how that would work. See the options. Why did Siri activate? Go away. I hate this. If I did Nuzlocke a game, I think I'd want to buy Let's Go Pikachu and Nuzlocke Let's Go Pikachu. Because, I've actually, though technically Nuzlocking Pikachu is, if you go by the strictest rules, Nuzlocking Pikachu is actually impossible, but it'd be my first Nuzlocke, so I'd be a little more gracious with the rules on myself. I'd not give myself that much pressure. But I'd love to Nuzlocke something like that, especially considering Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee were kind of made... Metal doesn't work, I'm sorry. Because Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were kind of produced to be the baby's first Pokemon games kind of games. So I think it would be really good for me to get into Nuzlocking by Nuzlocking that. I could do a baby's first Nuzlocke. A baby lock. I could do a baby lock. Oh, media. There we go. That's one I got on my own. We've only got 4-letter words left. Admin. That's a bonus. Because admin is short for something. Admin is short for administration. ID. But I already did idea. Idem? Okay. That's a word, apparently. Oh, is mien a word? What? And armia? Those are some weird final words. I'm not a fan of those. There's only one game in that list that I'm excited for. Yeah, I feel like at this point, I have promised... Well, I wouldn't say promised, but I have dangled the thought of Sonic Adventure 2 over everyone's heads, but more specifically Ouija fans' head, for a very, very long time. So I feel like maybe I should go there first. I think it would only be fair for me to go to Sonic first, and then maybe... And then when I finish BioShock 2, then maybe I'll go to Pokemon. Maybe that's the play. I don't know. And then after I finish Ace Attorney Investigations... It depends on when I finish Ace Attorney Investigations, because on one hand, I could finish, either I finish it before, the new Heir of the Somnium Files game comes out and I have to think of something to put in the middle, or I finish it once it comes out and then I can go straight to the new Heir of the Somnium Files game. If it comes out, I'm gonna make a pledge. I'm making a pledge, chat. You can pull me up on this if I decide to play a different game and you're all like, why are you doing this? When I finish Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, just the first one, I'm not going to do both of them smack bang right after one another, but once I finish the first Investigations game and AI the Somnium Files, the new one, something, nothing sleeps for Kaname Date, whatever it's called, if that hasn't come out yet, I'll play Portal. Because someone said Portal is short. So, and I think I know that Portal is short. I can look for some mods for the game to make the playing experience a little better. I think I would appreciate that a lot, Ouija fan. You don't have to do that now, but whenever I do get around to playing Sonic Adventure 2, I'd love to get some advice, because I did try to play Sonic Adventure 2 once and I quit pretty quickly because I was just incredibly frustrated with the game. I rage quit, essentially. All right, let's do a Squirtle. Let's do a Squirtle today, chat. I'm feeling a Squirtle. I want to get squirmy. That's not good. All right, give me a word, chat. Every lesbian I've ever known loves Portal. I'm sure I'm going to love Portal. Honestly, I think everyone in the world loves Portal. I think if someone plays Portal and doesn't like Portal, I think they may just be objectively wrong, because I've never heard a single bad thing uttered about the Portal games. Volcarona's an interesting choice. All right, it is not Volcarona. It is lower than Gen 5. It is not Bug or Fire. And it is shorter than 1.6 meters, weighs less than 46 kilos. Okay, so let's try and think of something Gen 3 or Rampardos. Rampardos is the same height and weighs more, so I will not be putting Rampardos in there, because we already know 2 pieces of information that he will not... We'll only figure out basically the typing and the gen from him. Baby Rampardos. Cranidos? I'll do Cranidos. Okay. It is lower than Gen 4. It is not a rock type. It is not a single type. However, we've got some narrowing down a little bit. It is taller than 0.9 meters and weighs more than 31.5 kilograms. Cacturn. Cacturn is too heavy. What's the one before him? Cacnea. Okay, too short and also a single type. But Cacturn was an interesting guess. I like... Oh no, I'm thinking the wrong thing. I was thinking of Carnivine. Crobat? Crobat is too tall. Vibrava. 1.1 meters, 15 kilos. Not heavy enough. I don't want to tell you how to play your game, but I've played a lot of Nuzlocke, even spent half a decade making my own, and I think the early generations are honestly much more beginner-friendly in terms of difficulty and a nice trip down memory lane. Fire Red, Leaf Green, I mean. The other way to start is to play the game you have the most experience with or is your favorite. That makes sense. That does make sense. Natu, too short. We need between 0.9 and 1.6. I think the reason why I went for Let's Go Pikachu as the idea is because, 1, I've never played those games before, and I'd like to. 2, and here's the big thing. Other than what you get in the Heart Gold Soul Silver post-game, too heavy. Sorry, D-Gauge. other than the post game, also, hey, D-Gage, I've never played a single game in Kanto. So I thought a baby's first Kanto, like Fire Red Leaf Green, to me, is not nostalgia. My first Pokemon game was Diamond. However, I am not Yanma. Okay, it's a something flying type. It is higher than 1.2 meters, weighs more than 38 kilos, and we now know it is a Gen 1 type. So yeah, my first game was Diamond. I also own Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. However, I will not be Nuzlocking Pokemon Diamond because holy hell, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Pokemon Diamond is known to be like one of the hardest, if not the hardest Pokemon game. And I am not going to have my first Nuzlocke be in one of the hardest games of all time. Like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm not doing the Cynthia fight in a Nuzlocke. Because the only way I've beaten Cynthia twice, ever. One of those times was on stream. It was my longest stream ever. It was 6 hours long. Firo is the exact same height and weight as Yanma. So, no. But yeah, the only way I've beaten Cynthia is just by owning about 50 revives and using just about all of them to win. I've also watched Arcane. The first time I think I really watched Arcane and got to know Arcane was watching her during her Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke, and I saw how tough it was for her, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Firo equals Vibrava? No, Firo equals Yanma. They have the same height and the exact same weight. Gyarados! Way too tall. Way too tall. We could do one of the Pidgeys. I think it's Pidgeot. It's not Pidgeot? But it can't be Pidgeotto, because Pidgeotto is 1.1 meters. What height is... No, Spearo's too small. Noctowl. I thought Noctowl's Gen 2. What other normal flyings are there in Gen 1? There's the Pidgey line. No way is it Farfetch'd. No, it's not Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is too short. It has to be between 1.5 and 1.2 meters. What is this thing? Is it Pidgeotto? No, Pidgeotto's too short. Firo, we looked at Firo. Is it Firo? No, because Firo's the same height and same weight as Yanma. No, Spearo's too small. What are we missing? Who else is a normal flying type in Gen 1? I'm trying to, like, go through my brain here and it's not working. Who are we missing here? Let me just look at every Gen 1 Pokemon and hope for the best. It's not Butterfree. It's not that line. It's not that line. The Dodos! 1.4, 39.2. Oh! You're so right. Yes, it was Doduo. Good job, Hopes. That was annoying. Why does Gen 1 of Pokemon have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does Gen 1 have 5 normal flying types? Sorry, 7. There are a lot of normal flying types in general, but I feel like 7 is a record. No, far-fetched, 8. Gen 1 might not even have the most, because it's the most common type combo. Well, I'm looking at this Pokedex Bulbapedia. I'm looking at this. I think it's Gen 1. So Gen 1 has 8. Because Gen 1 also has Farfetch'd. I think it's Gen 1. Then, okay, keep fucking scrolling. Okay, Gen 2. Okay, 1, 2. Where's normal flying? I don't think there's any other normal flyings in Gen 2. Yeah, Gen 2 doesn't have any more. Gen 3 has 2. Gen 3 has 3. Gen 3 has 3. Haha, makes sense. Not. Gen 4 has 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. Chat, what's Gen 4? Okay. Gen 4 has 4. Gen 5 has 1, 2, 3. No, I think Gen 1 is the most. Yeah, because the flying types get a little bit more creative after Gen 1. Like, even if they are birds, they're typed. Like, they're not normal typed birds. Like, ducklet and swanna are water flying instead of normal flying because they're ducks. Oh, we have 2 here. So Gen 5 has what? 5? Gen 5 has 5. Gen 6 has 1. Oh my goodness, that is so many fairy types. I think Gen 6 has 1. Yeah, Gen 6 has 1. Gen 7 has 3. No, those are rock flying, steel flying. Gen 8 has... I don't think Gen 8 has a normal flying. Because Gen 8 made the bird pure flying. Then Gen 9, well, technically that's 1. Even though it's 4 versions of it. Yeah, there's... Gen 1 easily has the most normal flying types. Brilliant Diamond is horrible progression. It's pretty easy stuff all the way until the Elite Four, when they turn it up to 10, especially if you're playing with restrictions and throw a bunch of competitive sets at you. Yeah, pretty much. I decided to try and defeat the entire Elite Four and also Cynthia in one stream. And as I said, it is my longest stream of all time. It did take 6 hours for me to beat all of them. And I'm pretty sure either 2 or 3 of those hours was purely the Cynthia fight. Or several Cynthia fights. I'd restart and try again. So yeah. I think... Also, I feel like I narrowed down... My narrowing down of how I narrowed down to Let's Go Pikachu as my game was, 1, I want it as a game that is easy to stream. I don't know how to emulate. I don't know how to get Fire Red and Leaf Green on my computer. So I'd prefer it to be a Switch game. I also don't have any capture cards for my 3DS. So, Switch game, easiest. Don't want to pick a difficult one. Brilliant Diamond, out. I don't want to play one that I've never played before and have absolutely no experience of. Therefore, Sword and like the generation, out. that meant Sword and Shield was out. Because I've never played a single Gen 8 game. Obviously, Let's Go Pikachu kind of fails this rule as well, because I haven't played a Gen 1 game particularly, but I have been in Kanto before. So it was either that or doing a Violet Nuzlocke on a different profile on my Switch, because I don't want to lose my current save, because I haven't even played the DLCs yet. But I don't know if I want Violet to be my first Nuzlocke, because Nuzlocking open world games is a little more difficult. You basically have to kind of, the way I'd do it personally is I'd spin a wheel of all the possible encounters you could get, and you'd have to go for that one. On like each part area of the game. I just thought it would just be easiest to play if I had to pick one, especially one that was on the Switch. I'd Nuzlocke Let's Go Pikachu. And I also want to say, specifically Let's Go Pikachu over Let's Go Eevee, because I love Eevee as a Pokemon, but I hate playing with Eevee because I cannot decide what to evolve into. I can't do it. I can never decide what I want to evolve my Eevee into, and I could like breed it or catch more Eevees, but I don't. I just have very weird, finicky rules, but I will take what you said into account. Maybe I should set up an emulator and play like Fire Red Leaf Green or something. Oh, you don't? Oh, Eevee can't evolve in that game? Oh, that's interesting. But I also think I like Pikachu better than Eevee. And I think using Pikachu instead of Eevee is kind of a quintessential thing. I couldn't figure out how to make Eevee the leaf one. Depending on the game you were playing, it's specifically a type of stone you had to use while near it. It wasn't like a leaf stone or anything like that. It wasn't an item that you could use on it. It was a rock in the environment that you had to level it up around or something like that, I think. If I remember correctly. I've never evolved an Eevee, so I couldn't tell you. Ooh. Badass starting screen. Hello? Cool as hell? I love this already. Alright, let me change the game over to Miles Edgeworth. Thank you for the hydrate, D-Gage. Sippy sippy. I feel like I'm getting better drinking water. It doesn't repulse me like it used to. I'm growing out of my Asmongold phase. Which is a good thing, because I want to be as little similar to him as possible. I want to be as different to him as I possibly can be. All right. Okay, we've actually got an ad starting in 3 minutes. So I'm gonna run that ad now before we go into the meat of the game. You are made of water. I know I am. But I don't taste like I am. I don't taste like I'm made of water, so I'm not used to it. And I just... It's an autism thing. But that's the reason why I have a hydrate command. Is so that I don't... Is so that you guys make me drink water. And that I end up, like, actually hydrating myself and possibly getting better at drinking water in general. That's why it's a command. What happened last week? Oh yeah, last week we went to the embassy to try and find Callisto Yu, who was parading herself around as the Yatagarasu, even though Kay claims to be the Yatagarasu. Manny Kochan died, who was the first ever suspect in the KG-8 incident. He died. This embassy is also an embassy for 2 different countries. They were one country, but they then split into 2. Kay was arrested for the murder, but I think we freed her by pretty much immediately going, nah. And we went up against Sheena, because of course Lang is here to go up against us. Yippee. Yay, it's so fun. We love Lang. I don't love Lang yet. I might like Lang in the future, but right now, he's still a pain in my ass. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this game continues. I have heard that this is a super long case, so that'll be interesting. About whether I actually finish it before No Sleep for Kaname Date comes out or not. I wonder if we will be able to squeeze Portal in. I believe in Kelly winning. Thank you, Con. I keep falling in and out of sleep because it's that time of the month for me. I'm sorry, Cass. But I gotta stay awake for new case. You're too sweet. You're too kind, but please rest if you're hurting. Get a good hot water bottle, you know. Though that may make you sleepier, stay in pain. No, I'm kidding. Please don't. Look after yourself first, gamers. All right, the ad should be over. Zephyrberrybot, will you announce it? There we go, the ad is now over. We can play. Shilong Lang pushes back. Oh, jeez. I have to remember the Lang voice first and foremost. Alright, so we're in the lobby of the theater. Oh, that is so many policemen. Count off. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8. There are 8 ones. Sorry, make that 10 ones. Shifu, 99 callouts. So all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Oh, sorry, there were 99 ones. My bad. Hey, you. Yeah, you. The second number 1 from my right. Sir. Yes, sir? Here. A birthday present for you. It's his... Hey! I give that to you two as well. Mare and Cass. That's your present from me. What? Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have. Shifu, you're more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. Is this guy gonna say it's not his birthday? I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. There it is. I knew it. Lang Ji says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. Are you gonna bite him? That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. What? Why? Tell him I said hi, and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir. I hope you know I also saluted, but I saluted with the wrong hand. Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. This guy is just pure comedy. I should probably leave them to their alone time. All right, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed! Sir. I wish I had a way that I could mod. I do have a way to mod this mic, the way my voice sounds, but for some reason it doesn't work, at least not yet anyway. And I want to make a mod where, like, I sound like several people instead of one person, where you just hear like a gazillion of my voice just going, sir, just so I can play those goons. Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena, and she's already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I have absolutely no intentions of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian Embassy. Oh, these names. And what if I say no? Then you'll get whipped, bro. Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabast has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, don't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, and we might spoil the soup if you get what I mean. I think when you're around, Lang, the soup is already spoiled. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabast, Miss Von Karma. Ugh. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now. Oh? And why is that? Moldy soup? Oh, D-gauge, ew! Why? What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you? We had an incident in Alabast as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Whoops? Who the Pinocchio? Who's the fuck? Oh God, I have to do another old man voice. Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Oh, is that the old man talking or the suit man talking? I'm gonna presume the old man. Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. Who is this? A wizard, I think. An old wizard man from deep in the woods. Geppetto? I don't know what that means, GK. It is all because I lacked the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling Quercus! Curse your frailty and inability to effect change in your country. Is his name Quercus? That's definitely a name. What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see? Oh, no way! Oh, now it's this. No, now I don't remember the voice I gave Goldman. Ugh. Oh, Pinocchio's father. I see. I haven't watched Pinocchio, any iteration of Pinocchio, in many, many years. Do you think Paleno's making hand farts. Have you done that before, Chad? Do you know how people can make like elbow farts or like armpit farts and stuff like that? I think this guy is trying to make hand farts.
Ambassador Alba, I ask you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast.
I think that's the kind of voice I gave him.
What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Barbalese embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Babal someday. All right, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway.
All right, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in.
Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babal murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal.
Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me.
Yes, sir.
I just saluted again. Why would I fart with my hands when I can fart with my butt? Well, there may be times where you cannot fart with your butt, you know? The gas ain't there. The gas ain't gassing. So, you know, you have to do the armpit fart to make up for the job. I liked to do... I could kind of do an armpit fart. I could do a little bit of a hand fart. I think my favorite was the knee fart, where you put your hand behind the knee joint. That was my favorite fake fart.
Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better.
Kay's not happy about this. Duh.
Duh.
I hate how his sunglasses have like 4-way straps. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is? Ah, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Franziska von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Ooh, I knew it. You're the whip lady. You may address me as Miss von Karma. Aw, listen, if I threw a whip around, I would be okay with being known as the whip lady. It's sad that she isn't. Ms. von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabast in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagarasu. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Poleno for all that he has done for me. All right, gotta do some thanking and asking. You've made so much progress here in... You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. Ah, of course! Of course! Because he was in on learning about the smuggling ring. He wasn't in on the smuggling ring, but he was... Yeah, he was her other underling. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. Girl, that failure... I wouldn't call that a failure. I'd call that cold-blooded murder. I feel like failure is dumbing it down a little bit too much. Sunny Sudi! Hi, Elle. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Yeah, exactly, D-Gage. That failure was a man losing his life. I returned from work and got into bed immediately. That is so valid. I hope you had a good day at work, though. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Barbalese ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Barbalese ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Hold it! Franziska,
as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhongfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes. As you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Barbal's special Barbalese ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Barbalese ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Barbal. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Cochin was smuggling large amounts of Barbalese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink? Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Plates? There's more? Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Barbalese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them.
Okay. This is gonna be a complicated case. I'm already lost.
All right, now Polano. Ambassador Polano, I'm in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador. On my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but know that I am giving them to you wholeheartedly. More coupons. How many coupons are... How many coupons are we gonna have by the time this game ends? By the time this game ends, we're gonna have enough coupons to buy Barbal. Like, I swear. Yeah, so many fake words, because there's so many. They've introduced 4 different countries. They've introduced Zhongfa. They've introduced Cadopia. They've introduced 5 countries, but the 5th one I don't think is involved in this yet. The 5th country started with a B and I forget everything about it. Then we have Cadopia, but the thing is Cadopia then split into 2 other countries. So now we also have Alabast and Barbal. So we're in hell. Imagine at some point they make a game where it's geography in this made-up land. I would love to see where these fake countries lie. I'd love to see. Oh well, how about this then? And what exactly is it? It's fountain pen ink. Did he just give me Barbalese ink? I fear this man may be a part of the smuggling ring, chat. To be honest, I checked out of keeping track of the plot by the 3rd country. I mean, to be honest, I don't think keeping track of the countries is like the best is like the thing you have to do. Drink the ink? No thank you, D-Gauge, but I will drink water. Sippy sippy. But no, I think what we really have to focus on is the fact that Manny Cochin died in the Barbalese embassy. That's it. Though apparently there's also been an incident in the Alabast embassy, so... I feel like every time I start this every Monday from now on, I'm gonna have to, like, make a spreadsheet of what the hell has happened in this game, and specifically in this case, but also in the rest of the game, because for once all of the cases are connected, and I both love that, but also it's incredibly complicated. Known as Barbalese ink, it's made exclusively in Barbal. So this is Barbalese ink. We make it from wood crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. 1 dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer.
I don't know the way my brain works. Once I'm confused with one aspect of the story, I become confused with the whole plot. That, I can understand that. I just think it's funny that they are making... I can understand why they're making up fake countries to do this, because, like, I can understand why they wouldn't want to somehow imply that certain real-life countries are doing bad things. Like, I get it. But I feel like at that point you should make everything fake. Like, unfortunately, Japan and America are still both canon in this game, and Germany, because Von Karma is German, so Germany is also canon in this game. And technically, if we're going through the whole franchise here, if we're specifically talking about Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, that also means that England is canon in this universe. So, I don't know where I'm going with this point. But we have almost as many fake countries as we have real countries that are canon in this game. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. And I will add it to the evidence instead.
Great! Wonderful! I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, shall we get going? Ooh. They put England in the game? I wonder how England would be if it were real. True, England may be canon in the game, but England is not real in real life. That is correct, D-Gage. Hello, USS Arizona, how you doing today? Guess what? I don't know. What? Oh, I'm kind of scared now. What am I meant to guess? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. Thank you, Mayor. For your own version of the guess what. You got an Xbox? Hell yeah! What are you gonna play on it? I don't know what... I've never actually owned an Xbox, so I don't know what games are available on the Xbox. But what will you use your Xbox for? So we're going to gather whatever info we can over on the Barbalee side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Ms. Von Karma to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are. Mostly Warzone, Roblox, YouTube, and Fortnite. You've never played Fortnite before? It's fun. Though I highly recommend starting with no build if you want to just get used to the mechanics of the game and how, like, the weapons work and stuff like that. Because build is a whole other layer. I only ever play no build because building is just way too complicated for me. Atari is free too! Welcome back, Atari. I'll let you know when the time comes. In we go. The brother and sister team back at it again, and we've got another dead person. Pew, 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 pew. Murder number 2, baby. Oh! The Steel Samurai is here also. What do you think you're doing to my subordinates? Who is it? Is it Meekins? Chat, are we about to see Meekins again? Oh no, I'm dreading this. I'm playing Warzone right now? Hell yeah, and I hope you're having a good time then. I've never played Warzone either. I missed you too, Atare. Oh! It was not Meekins. It was not Meekins. We've been butzed. Speaking of farts, what voice did I give this guy? I don't remember my Larry voice. Edgy? Oh, thank the heavens you're here! I feel like I made him kind of Gumshoe, but not really. Because he's in the same vein of foolish as Gumshoe. I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, swoosh. And though I am the steel samurai, my sword, I'm so confused I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruitcake? Oh, honey. Honey, this guy is the opposite of a fruitcake. This guy is the only confirmed straight character in the Ace Attorney universe. From one line in the original trilogy where he says, "Sorry, Phoenix, I don't swing that way." He's the only one. He's a veg cake. He's a carrot cake. He's a carrot cake. I see the vision. I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo-Old Tokyo, milady. He's married? Someone married him? Why would they do that to themselves? Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Franziska was so close to calling him this thing. This thing is your friend, right, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. If I had a nickel. He's playing as a steel samurai. Oh, so he's not married. He's playing as a married man. Okay. I see. That is quite the bind. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. The in should not be there, game. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey! What kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Larry? It was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph? Oh, I didn't even make that connection till now. Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece. Yeah, that's not how anything works. What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry. I mean, am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Speaking of clowns, we've got another one. Do you think Steel Samurai's treated like the AA universe's Kamen Rider and people ship the Steel Samurai with men? I don't know what the Kamen Rider is, but
shipping culture absolutely still exists in this universe, I'm sure. Earlier when I said the Steel Samurai shut Edgeworth down from a date, I might have been right, honestly. Aha! So this is the incident you mentioned earlier.
Mr. Prosecutor, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into his embassy. Master Mask 2?
I feel like every 10 minutes in this game, I facepalm. Like, specifically, like, this case. I'm like, oh, Larry's here, facepalm. Master Mask 2, facepalm. The weird birthday joke, facepalm. Is it wrong to shoot people with a sniper rifle at point blank range? I mean, is it your enemy? And do they die? If so, then not really. It's just hard. I know, they're just chucking around, they're just bringing everyone back. Like, to an extent, I get it, but to another extent, please stop. Master Mask 2? Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Shifu, we've identified the victim.
Good work. I'll take that report now.
Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well?
What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me.
Is Lang a furry? I feel like we had this conversation last time. I think Lang is a furry. Kamen Rider is a really popular Japanese tokusatsu series, like Power Rangers. I see. He very much is. Hell yeah. Good for him. Like, be who you are.
So no, you may not take a peek.
But Agent Lang...
The king is back. All hail the king.
Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look?
Ah, yes, of course. You, let the detective see the file.
He goes to cons in a fursuit in his day off. Hell, of course he does. I can see it. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me? Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Adagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop in case a card was ever found. I feel like I've really changed how bad sounds between this case and the last case. But I feel like it's kind of needed considering how many men are in this case compared to last case. So I'm trying to give him a bit of a vocal fry, you know, a wah. I'm trying to give him a wah. What incredible dedication to the case.
Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's M.O. very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you gonna make an ally out of this prosecutor?
My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If we can get to the bottom of this case,
then I'm willing to share the info with him. He's gotten older, so his voice is more worn. Ah, see, now D-Gage has made a better excuse than I could ever make. It's been 7 years, so naturally, he sounds different from all the lollipops. I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. Alright, let's talk. About the murder of Damask 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask 2, he broke into this embassy. Oh my goodness, yes, Automod, we will allow the word suckers. Hello? I think your newer voice fits super well. Thank you! I think he deserves to be, you know, I think he deserves to have more depth than whatever the hell I was doing with him before. Exactly. The lollipops got stuck in his throat, and that's why he sounds like this now. It's torn it through. Probably to steal some treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room? Suspect. Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. Ooh! But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who had been called to sit in them, were empty. A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seat? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. Well, yeah, because he was in the Barbalese embassy first. We saw him move along. And where was he? Oh, never mind. Not the Barbalese room. He was on the roof, with one of his legs down a chimney. Bro, why, Larry? Why? That chimney leads directly into this room. Ugh. Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. All right, let's begin. Let's go as far right as possible. Oh, we can go all the way this time. Plants! There's a bird's nest in the window. That's cool. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. Not really. I feel like passion flower is not that weird of a name at all. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. Okay. Why the hell is that evidence? Anyway, we'll find out why it's evidence. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me. Oh, don't be rude. Gardening is incredibly important. Yeah, now Christianity is canon in this game. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. It's a fireplace. And by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yeah, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. Painting, photo, whatever.
The person shaking hands with the steel samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The steel samurai must be very popular. They're even using the national treasure as a backdrop. I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there? Clearly there is a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. I love that he says that as if the Steel Samurai is not a children's show. He's like, you kids don't understand the TV show that's made for kids. It's just not for you. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show of costumed actors? All right, you got the photo. The flower is not necessary. The crime. Edgeworth hit her with the understanding the Steel Samurai requires a high IQ. Pretty much. So this is the victim, Damask 2. What is with this gaudy outfit? You don't know about Master Mask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. Damask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask. That's alright. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay. Okay, his name is Quirkus. Someone just hit their keyboard a bunch of times and came up with that name. Right, the hat first. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know. You can buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. He's kind of a Robin Hood type. Except he keeps everything he steals. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly. We got your point about 3 foolishes back, Franziska. Nah, keep her going with the foolishness. That's her whole thing. Exactly, a selfish Robin Hood. Rubbish Hood? Well, he's a dead Robin Hood, so he kind of is a rubbish hood. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's still Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it a secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. Sure, Edgeworth, sure. We believe you. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai. Or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. What about this little carpet cape thing here? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask 2 used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it is he was out to steal. Or maybe someone stole it from him. I want to look at this paper. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Oh, it's like a map. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. Interesting. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Primaduck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Primaduck statue? So someone asked the victim to steal something, and that then resulted in his incredibly sad death. Bloodstain. I thought that Damask had quit the business. This guy. He's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashi Nu. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. What does larceny mean? I always forget. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. Oh, okay, larceny is stealing. Got it. Thank you, Atare. Then what happened with the sword? If he was bludgeoned, I don't think you can do much bludgeoning with the blade of a sword. Alright, nothing unticked. I think we're done here. We are indeed. Let's look at the statue, I guess. The thing that they were trying to steal. There was the exact same statue sitting in that Barbalese office we examined. It's a prima duck statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cadopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabasta and Babal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Very true. I won't rest. Oh, we have to continue looking around. Giant flower. The counterpart to the Barbalese butterfly is the Alabastian flower. The butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Babal? Franziska, can't you come up with a more meaningful, profound comment? Very well then, let's see what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen, and butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Ms. Von Karma? Damn, that was deep. Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Franziska, ADHD? Franziska, inattentive ADHD? Question mark? Inattentive type ADHD? I'm calling it. Franziska, why can't you just admit I had something there? Because it's Franziska, of course she can't. We can deduce something here, but I don't know what, and I'm scared. There was almost the exact same wall mount for the knives on the Barbalese side, but I can't see any of the details from this distance. All right, nothing helps there. It's a prima duck statue. There's one of these on the Barbalese side as well. Here it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cadopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabasta and Babal claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly childish fight to have. What am I meant to deduce from here? What do they think I have on this? That sword looks like it's made of plastic. Are we sure it can cut? That's a very good question, D-Gage. Maybe... But the blade is Alabastian. Okay, the blade is Alabastian, so maybe we have to deduce here and use the Alabastian blade and maybe try to see fucking something. Oh my gosh. Oh. He said Eureka and I thought I was right. But I'm very much wrong. Oh, damn it. I kind of don't understand how I was wrong there, because it said a contradiction. And the contradiction is that this blade is Alabastian, but the 3 knives are still in the Alabastian area. What else is a possible contradiction here? Swapped with the real murder weapon's handle. Its blade is yet to be found. Eureka is just the general sound? Well, I don't like that. It's thought to be what killed Damas too. Maybe we have to, like, research it here? Oh, no. Sometimes you can turn the sword around to, like, look at what it does. Huh. We're being told to deduce something here, and I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe it's this? Nope. I swear it's to do with the blades. What's to do with the blades here? Wait. It might be this. What does the statue look like on this side? Oh, it is a flower. They look identical. Fuck me, bro. You know what? I'm leaving. Apparently, we're done looking here. So maybe there was no deduction to begin with. Thank you for the hydrate, D-Gage. You're really I'm sorry. There's a wooden statue of our Alba guy over there. Didn't notice that till now. There are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts to the Barbalese knives, which means that the blades inside of these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Cochin. Alright, let's look at them then, please. Yeah, now that's Pinocchio. You're very right, D-Gage. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts to the Barbalese knives. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. Okay, and how do we figure that out? One of the knives is missing its blade. Oh? Oh shit! I think we found where that blade was meant to be. Let's see if the two pieces, the blade and handle, fit each other. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. Then this means that an Alabastian knife did find its way into Babal. But how? Well, there's one thing we found out. It looks like the spear is bent. The spear is probably also plastic, though. It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut them up if I show them this piece of evidence. That will point something out about this spear. Okay. What about the spear? Oh, maybe the drawing? Eureka! Yes! Worthy, now where is Gumshoe? Unfortunately, Gumshoe is babysitting because, Edgeworth's assistant is, not allowed into this room. So Gumshoe is looking after her. I can't believe I made another fucking ship name slip up again.
But how are you, Mesa? Welcome, welcome in.
Larry, about this spear.
Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! Edgeworth can see what a good parent Gumshoe will make then. Oh, Gumshoe is incredible with children. You are absolutely right. I'm glad Edgeworth agrees. I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me or is the spear a bit bent? Atare! You're onto things! What? No way, it's exactly as it should be, yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now, take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry. When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and around. And bam! It hit the wall. You unbelievable. This is an embassy. But I've always been like that. Ever since I was a kid.
So... So Butts has the hyperactive ADHD, and Franziska has the inattentive ADHD. I'm connecting the dots here.
One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless, hot-blooded man.
Not all men do that, Larry. I can't believe I just said not all men. Who am I? I found another streamer via Mare who actually knew what Vanguard was, and I got to info dump on one of their mods who's a TCG player. That's so cool! I'm glad you're able to bond with other people about your interests, because I know that I don't know much about Vanguard, so I'm glad that, you know, there are other people that you can talk to and stuff about it that can actually understand and listen and, you know, actually have a conversation with, as opposed to me who just has to be like, okay, that's cool. Because my brain doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm glad you've got people that can be more responsive to you. Larry, clarify that for me, will you?
Okay, so it was a field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself.
Not that. I meant what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall.
Oh, that! It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything.
That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend.
Man, Edgy, you're so naive!
What? Where did that come from?
Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear. But it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend.
Is that so?
Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute.
Aww. It's true. I just think Edgeworth in general is cute. Sue me. Can confirm I don't, but I very much used to exercise with prop swords. That's fun. That's fun. You should have a LARP session one day. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Ugh. That's not friendship, it's utter humiliation. Alright, we've got bent sword, we've got Pinocchio. What is that plant supposed to be? Franziska, can't you see that it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. Oh, you never know. Franziska is very persuasive. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. Two types of people. Statue. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Primaduck statue and Babal's. The statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero you like so very much. I really wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. The statue wasn't made by an American. You know,
At least I don't suppose so. Who was the statue made by? Is the next question. All right, there's that. There's the plant. Yep, the same conversation. Where she whips people instead. Clock. There was a grandfather clock just like this one earlier in the Barbalese embassy. You know, symmetry is a fine thing, but their interior design really suffers for it. Really? I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and the material it's made of strikes as good balance with the plants.
Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know? Hurry up and save me!
Be quiet! This is all a part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once.
What do you mean for once?
There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once, long ago. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that those people truly loved nature. This is coming from a man who loves shows featuring costumed actors. Ugh. She just had to go there again, didn't she? Of course she did. She's your sister. Alright, let's talk to these guys. Just one by one, I guess. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is bound to overlook something. If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindictive much? And then this guy.
You did some investigating over in the Barbalese embassy too, right?
I did. Is there a problem?
Lang Ji says, a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once.
I believe the idiom you require is, he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither.
A real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases?
Well, the thing is, I think they're the same case.
First of all, there's no way this is a coincidence. At all.
Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
All right, let's talk to Mr. Clueless guy over here. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about.
Hey, how about that? Got a few things I've got to ask you too.
What is it?
It's like, both you and him, how's it the 2 of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side?
Larry? That's his sister? Can we not?
And Francie, what about that promise you made to me?
Promise? What promise?
The one where you said you would model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yo!
I made no such promise. Bonk is deserved. Bonk is absolutely deserved, Atare, thank you. I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of questions. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurice Dunham now?
That's Dunham. Laurice Dunham. Get that straight into your head, Edgy. Oh, wow.
Now I remember. You're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist.
No, you've got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurice business. Besides, when Bangelina...
Bangelina?
Oh, what kind of a name is that? That's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit.
Your name blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet.
I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. Ah, yeah, that checks out for Larry Butts.
You got it! I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy.
Not really. It's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Time of the murder. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight.
Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too!
Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event.
Edgy! How can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that?
Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know.
Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind.
I will not make a joke. 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 I will not make a joke about whipping from behind. I won't do it. I'm not doing it. I'm better than that. I promise you, chat, I'm better than that. I'm better than that. I swear. I'm bursting at the seams right now.
So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy?
I can't even begin to imagine. However, imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. Most of the time, yeah, listen. Most of the time is correct. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry.
Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips.
How about that?
A lot more.
Confess. Now.
Okay, well, I was up on the roof.
And why exactly were you up there?
Oh, you know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero.
Legendary? Hero?
Santa Claus.
Bro, it's March. In this game, it's June. In real life. Santa. Claus?
I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up to one of the chimneys. But when I got there, there was smoke pouring out.
What? Okay, that's not... Huh? But the chimney wasn't used at all. Okay. Well, that's to deduce later. And?
Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up.
Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right?
Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history.
Oh, crud!
It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect in this murder.
Come on, man! What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Because you're not pretending to be Santa. You're pretending to be all the steals. You're pretending to be the Steel Samurai, actually. Objection. Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a couple of hours. I don't actually know how that word is said aloud, I'm sorry. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit.
No! Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court.
And murder weapon. Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon.
Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know.
Yes, apparently you did.
And, well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard I killed someone. Ah!
Foolish fool looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You've got to take something that big with you. Who would believe such a tale? Several people. Like, you forgot to believe to take something that big with you. Who would believe such a tale? Everyone who has ever in their lives lost an umbrella. All of them. All of them would believe this. Like, that's the criteria.
Hold it!
Sorry, Ms. Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry.
Edgy, you believe me! I just knew that our friendship is something special.
I'm glad you agree, Atari. Because the thing is, that happened to me all the time in school. A part of the reason why I dreaded rainy days at school was because I'd have to bring an umbrella around everywhere and I would forget it in every single classroom I went to, and I'd have to go back to the classroom to get it again. Like, as I moved between, like, lessons and stuff like that.
Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Alright, that's all, but let's get a couple of... Oh.
We've only got one piece of info to deduce? I thought we looked at this.
Fireplace that hasn't been used recently. I can't say I see anything unusual about it.
Wait, do I have any... Is the fireplace in the...
The fireplace isn't in evidence.
What do we... Hey, what do we do now? It says everything is complete. Okay, I have to deduce something here is what I have to do, but I don't know what it is I'm deducing. Is it... Oh. Do I deduce the blade now? Possibly?
Eureka!
Nope. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm not doing good with my health. What here am I supposed to deduce? What's in my evidence? So we've got my badge. Embassy of Alabas, Embassy Babal, Theatrum Neutralis. She's also known to generously offer coupons. Both statues are a prima duck statue. And of the national treasures of each country, they each also possess 3 finely crafted knives. Kingdom of Alabas, it produces very luxurious paper. Then we've got this. And we've got how he died. Then we've got like the knife key. Then we've got the alabaster. Oh, maybe we look at the knife now. There's a striking flower ornament on the handle of this knife. Compared to the Barbalese knife's handle, this larger one gives alabaster more presence. That's it? Okay. The handle on this knife was made to be removable. The killer tried to make this look like a Barbalese knife by switching the 2 handles, which means that there must be some reason behind that action. And the blade? There's quite a bit of Mr. Cochin's blood on this blade. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. Alright. But there's a gap on this side. But we can't point out that there's a gap. Like the flower, there's a flower bit here, but there's no... Like there's a petal missing. Alright, we can't do anything there. Doc related to smuggling of Barbalese ink. Okay, that doesn't even tell me anything. Is there anything to look at here? A knife handle with a butterfly on it. I wonder where the blade that this should be attached to is. Well, we already know that. Okay, that's all we can find out there. Money. Barbalese ink. The flowers. Are we meant to figure out the difference between these 2 statues? And the sword. But we can't investigate more of the sword. Oh, maybe there's something here we need to do? Oh! Oh, I get it! If you can see from this angle, we can still see all of the knives. And the statue is facing left. While here, we can see it from the front and we can still see all of the knives. I think the picture is the problem. Well, the statue is the problem, and the picture is the way to figure out the problem. Yes! I'm so smart. Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Ms. Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot's hand? That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Ooh. Drama! I guess that about wraps up my investigation. Oh? That's... Oh my goodness, it's... Those are a pair of very nice eyes. Big, round, nice eyes.
You're a pink princess. How you feeling? Still feeling ill?
Oh, she has no voice. And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. If she can speak. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. She cannot speak. Listen, Atara, listen. It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. You can't have a go at a lesbian for acting lesbianly, okay? You just can't. Miss Pink Princess. Oh. No. I had a feeling. I had a really, really small feeling. Never mind. Yeah, exactly. Listen, gilf, I guess. Oh my goodness. Me? Heh. This might be what they call fate.
How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag?
Why are you so surprised? Ah, so you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You're acquaintances with Larry? Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a little while, you know? That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous.
Ugh.
I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep. So I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, edgy poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
But it looks like the winds have shifted, and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I'd chase you for forever, to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Franziska and I actually see eye to eye. I hate my life, bro. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gaywaterland as the Pink Badger? What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently the girl who plays for the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly that words aren't working. I'm saying things too fast. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her. She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. Oh, okay. We just let that tangent go. Simpletons. I'm gonna invoke the sacred text. I hate it here. Yeah. I think we all hate it here. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she's telling the truth. Oh, jeez. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck to the door under my room. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Ew. Disgusting! Get it away from me now! Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. You loving knight. Wait, let me check this again. Does it say Wendy or Mindy? Oh, it's not in evidence yet. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think you could get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? Gee, I wonder. Oh, but now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. Yes, it says Mindy! It doesn't say Wendy, it says Mindy. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Oh, we're in hell. Time of the murder. What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. There's the fireplace. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me. There's a dead man right in front of you. Unfortunately, she's too infatuated to look past the man in front of her. And occasionally Franziska.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling on to my personage. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech? Oh, that. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theatre all the way to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Oh, that's awful. There just so happens to be another dead man that is running away from her as well. Yeah, also true. Oh, puppy! Prosecutor Von Karma, I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir. Good work. You may leave now, officer. We have a puppy chat! This dog. I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country too.
Oh, I love Puppy!
Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy.
Do not get near the dog, Lang. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think its name is Missile. Love that. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go! Oh? Oh, he found something in the fireplace? The best character? Yeah, he's a baby. We love puppies in this house. And he's a sheep, which is like one of the best dogs of all time. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but... Wait, Franziska, isn't that an official samurai dog? Oh. Missile's not happy. Ah, no, bad Missile. He ate it. I wonder if it's all right for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure it'll be fine. Due to personal bias, I will never rank any dog breed higher than Maltese Shih Tzu Cross, because that's the breed my dog was. Aww. Maltese Shih Tzu sounds like a beautiful cross. I don't really... My knowledge of dogs is basically just what I've learned from Nintendogs, so I can't say I have a big opinion on dogs. However, I think my favorite dog breed is Pomeranian, just because they are so precious and so adorable. However, I think if I bought a dog, it would be a Schnauzer. I think a Schnauzer is the most... just... it feels right. Oh, above your ankle? I'm gonna cry. That sounds absolutely adorable. I had a Shih Tzu in Nintendogs. Her name was Linda, because I came up with very weird names when I was a child. That's quite a bit of information you gathered in a quick single glance. You should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog in there in the first place. It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. That's the first place your mind goes to? My favorite memory is when she was running an obstacle course and was blitzing through it, except she leapt up to the last table, only getting her front two paws on it, then fell down. Oh, baby! Oh, she was doing so well. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Alright, well the first thing I'm gonna do is actually logic these two things together. The chimney and the fireplace. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So, no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the same time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. Oh! I get it. There's 2 fireplaces, but there's only 1 chimney. Question mark? Really low-rolled the acrobatics check at the end. Yeah. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Ms. Oldbag's fire. So basically the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share 1 chimney. Is that what you're implying? Interesting. That's a really fascinating fact. So potentially people could go between rooms through the fireplace? If the fireplace has like a false backing? Precisely. Alright, that's all we've got, but we do have to go to Oldbag and her big bahongas and show her the undershirt. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, edgy poo. What is the meaning of this? That strikes me as very unsafe. Yeah, probably. I've never had a fireplace. I have had chimneys, but I've never had a fireplace. The fireplaces get closed off. What is the meaning of this? Huh? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Ew. Ugh. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? Oh, I love this face on her. I love this woman when she's terrified and terrible. Oh yeah, I'm sure the bahongas are part of the armor. At the very least, there's padding there, because it is such a thick costume. But, yeah, there is just a high chance it is completely and utterly just fake boobs on there. I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you. What? I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. Why did you have to say it like that? Why did you have to word it like that? Girl, please. Oh my gosh. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I'd been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? We don't need to go more south. We really don't. We really, really don't. I'm not reading any of this at all. She got proposed to. I don't know how. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. Well, we know how. I assume the samurai dog was also yours? Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. Alright. Samurai dogs, I guess. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Of course, I'm forever yours. Oh, jeez. Get a hearing aid.
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy, are you and Ms. Oldbag?
No. You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present?
Studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all.
And that's when we saw you in front of the theater.
Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves. Right, Edgy?
So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me?
Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids' show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes.
Half a dozen?
Okay, ma'am. Do you have... Is your stomach as big as those boobs, or... As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Thank you for the hydrate, Dig Age. Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Thank you for your gracious generosity. Okay, I'll add quote, because I don't think Mayor's here. Is your stomach as big as your boobs? Or... There. Did I do it right? I did it right, thank goodness. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Alright, and then we can put together the undershirt and the shed chimney. This is such a long investigation. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ah! Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug. That is a good insult. Thank you for your acceptance of the bit, no worries. Just ask if you think something ever needs to be quoted, I'm down to do it. Well, I guess it depends. But like, I'm down to at least consider the request. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong, this is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the first two fireplaces are connected to each other. Blah, words. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. Well, we're looking. There's an X on the back of the wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. Ooh! What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there's a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. That is big news indeed. It means someone may have a way out if they're small and nimble enough. We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Damask 2's killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask 2's murder. Oh. Never mind then. Why is there a rotating fireplace wall and what is its purpose other than plot? Apparently nothing if Edgeworth is correct. He's probably not though. It would appear that the answer has made itself known.
You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have.
Oh, okay. See, the investigation is so long, and now we have to fight Lang. I'm like, can I have a break here?
Very well then, if you are prepared.
But the thing, okay. I kind of want to stop now. But usually after you rebut someone and like win the rebuttals and stuff like that, usually there's a to be continued after that. So I think I might try and go ahead and fight Lang. I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me.
Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy.
Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie.
My lie?
I know that there's still something you're keeping from the rest of us.
What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you. I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. Whoa. And throw everything into mass confusion.
Touch over dramatic, don't you think?
You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see.
Larry, I only have one thing to say to you.
Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know.
Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you.
Edgy.
Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. You say he's strong-willed as tears stream down his face. I mean, you can cry and have a strong will, I think.
All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works.
Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight.
Okay. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decide to give it a try.
Are you winning? Yeah, I'd say so. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore.
But it's kinda ultra embarrassing.
And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me?
Edgy, man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me.
As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Alright, rebuttal. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a real rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. I'm gonna present... I like to do a wacky, you know, right out the bat presentation before I start pressing to see if I can get it right on the first try. May I have the letter, please? Oh my gosh, I was right. No, I wasn't right. I swear the music stopped. Damn it. Who's Roxana? What? What? What happened to this conversation? Why are we covering each other in berries in Australia? Oh no. We're in hell. Yeah, speaking of berries. Oh, only 8? Oh, D-Gage. Just a small snack for D-Gage. Okay, I guess I gotta start pressing.
Hold it.
Berries in Australia, Kelly mentioned. True. I wish it was not Larry that mentioned me, though. You left a pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me?
Yeah. So the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Albert just said to leave it.
Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy.
Come to think of it, I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy.
And what was she doing?
Nothing in particular, because she was being carried by some docs in a stretcher.
She must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show.
So I came into the embassy, right? And then.
Okay. Next. Ooh, a meal for Atare today. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabast, did you?
Yeah, can you believe it? I did something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand.
Hey there.
Are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy?
As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue.
What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing and I'll tell you only lies.
You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on.
All right already, you don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy!
Okay, I had some free time, so I wandered around. Press. 45 berries, just one more than Atare. Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. Damn, no wonder this man is suicidal. Hello?
I know, I get it. I'm totally the bad guy again. I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Ling Ji says, true friends are bosom friends.
Did we have to say the word bosom?
If you're in trouble, call on your bosom friend, whose shoulder you can truly cry on.
Or whose bosom you can truly cry on.
Hey, bosom buddy. Hope you're listening carefully to my testimony.
Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you? Now then, where were you wandering? Yep, what's next? That's when I spotted the chimney. Alright, hold it. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses.
Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys.
I really hate that term. I hate that term when it's not used in like old-timey period pieces of fiction. Like Anne of Green Gables or something like that. Like, bosom friend is fine when it's used in the time period that, you know, we don't make boobs a joke all the time, but unfortunately we do in fact make boobs a joke all the time. When I think of bosom, I think of birds because animal documentaries like using that word for birds. Honestly, that's probably the best association you could have with that word, Con. I love that.
Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type.
A romantic chimney?
Might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. And I just had a good feeling about that chimney.
I wish he could add that to his statement. I wanted to play Santa and give it a try. Maybe I present the letter to this part of the testimony.
Objection!
Nope. Okay, now we have to go through shit again. Yeah, Australia, berries. Alright, I have to press again.
Hold it!
You suddenly wanted to play Santa?
Oh, well, actually I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Good Lake.
Ugh, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such— Oh no! Oh no! Edgeworth PTSD moment! Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. Suck you! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, raiders! Hello, spooky Skelebloke! Hello, Sedum Lovelace!
How are you doing? What were you all up to? You were playing some Steins Gate Elite. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but I would love to hear about it if you care to stick around. However, if you need to raid and run, feel free to do so. Look after yourself first. Go eat, sleep, drink, bathe, whatever you need. Hello, Blooming Peachy as well. But yes, I'll just do a quick little introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Zephyrberry. You can call me Zeph. I go by they, them pronouns. Happy Pride Month. And I am a variety streamer on Mondays, or Sundays for those who are a few hours backwards in time zones. I play mystery games, and my current mystery game I'm chugging my way through is Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. It's just a Steins Gate remake with heavy elements from the anime. It's nice to revisit the story. Ah, so it's a game based on an anime. No wonder I don't know much about it. I am nowhere near an anime aficionado. I have watched and completed one anime in my entire life, and that is Skate the Infinity, which is probably also the easiest anime to finish, considering it is one season plus one special episode. Wait, it's a game based on an anime based on a game. Okay, now I'm going a little insane. Now I'm losing my mind a little bit. What do you mean? That... Damn. I hope you're having fun though, at least. Oh. The source material is a visual novel, but Steins Gate Elite specifically is a remake that instead of a traditional visual novel format, it uses clips from the anime? That's so creative. Wait, I love that actually. That's such an, like, I mean, if you've got the material, if you've got the anime, like, might as well use the clips, you know? That's such a fun way of doing it. I might have to look into it. I'm interested now. Do you recommend? Have you been enjoying it? I hope you've been enjoying it. But yeah, I'm currently playing Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. We are currently on the final case. So if anyone in the chat has not played this game, wants to play the game, feel free to head out or mute if you need or want to avoid spoilers. But if not, welcome in, come settle down. Well, I probably won't be streaming for a huge amount left of time, but I mean, this part of the case may take a while, so really depends. I played the original a while ago, so it's interesting catching a lot of details I didn't understand the first go around. Ah, I get that all the time. I don't replay games often, and I really should, because when you replay games, you see like a bunch of things that make sense, especially when it comes to mystery games, because suddenly you understand how the clues all fit in and stuff, and maybe certain pieces of foreshadowing and stuff like that that you didn't catch on to before. Thinks about the Science Adventure series. What is the Science Adventure series? Is this affiliated with Steins Gate in some way? It's generally recommended to play Elite after playing the OG visual novel, but it's been a really fun way to revisit it. That's so cool. I'm glad that you are all enjoying yourself with the game and the original visual novel. And then probably the anime on top of that if you guys have watched the anime as well. Ah, Steins Gate is the first entry in the series. I see. I'm connecting the dots now. Thank you. All the games in the series can be... Oh, okay. That's so cool. I love that. It's the second game. Still cool. You can start your love for something at the second game. I mean, the original Narnia movies started off by adapting the second book in the series. Fun fact. But yeah, I'm glad you've all been having a good time. I'm gonna get back a bit to the game, but feel free to keep yapping in my chat, or feel free to, as I said, mute, lurk, head out, but I'm happy to keep hearing about the game. Steins Gate was the first game I played in the Science Adventure series I've been playing a bit out of order. Are there connections between the games? Like, you say they both can be standalone, but like, is there something worthwhile in doing it in a certain order, or doing it just like in order in general? Because like, Air the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative is considered able to be a standalone game. However, I feel like it is a lot more worthwhile as a game with, like, if you've played the first one first. Like, there's so much more you'd understand from it if you played the first one. So many references. Ah, I see.
Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know.
Well, it's not a crime. The crime is the one that Edgeworth was a part of. I actually don't even want to spoil the first game for you guys, just in case. Ace Attorney, amazing series. I don't like spoiling anyone with it. Playing Santa can lead to a crime, though. It can lead to several crimes, I'd say. I think most crimes can still be committed when you're dressed as Santa. Like, dressing as Santa doesn't make you incapable of being a felon. It's definitely more separate than Nirvana Initiative and the first game, since any recurring characters are usually just name drops. Okay, so like, it's all in the same universe, but it's all separate stories. I got it. We're on the— oh, you're on the second Ace Attorney game! Oh my goodness, how are you liking it? What case are you on right now? I've played all of the first trilogy, and then this is the Edgeworth, the first Edgeworth spin-off game. Lang has not seen all the Christmas horror movies. He has not. Or Die Hard, for that matter. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal? Yes, actually. Wait, raise an objection here, because I want to use this letter as evidence so dang bad, and I think this is where we have to do it. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal.
Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff?
Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang.
Hey, Edgy! That's so incredibly mean!
Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to.
I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love.
What child? Hello? Don't bring a child into this. Yeah, the outfit makes more sense when you have the helmet of the outfit, but he is indeed in an outfit. And let me tell you, there's another recurring character that's in an even worse outfit. I suppose you could say there's an overarching villain that's the same between all of them, but it's totally different how that villain is the villain for each game. Okay. So like, you get to see how like overarching this guy's evil is, doing different people wrong in different ways. We've only started the second game in case 2. What case is that? The second game in case 2. Is that the one Karain Village? Ooh. That's a good one. I won't spoil, but that's a good one. A lot of lore. A lot of lore. And also the introduction to my favorite character in the entire series. Speaking of children.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. I will say, if you wanna stick around, in the chat, everyone, this game does not really spoil. Like, this game is almost a true spin-off in the fact that it spoils little to nothing about the original trilogy. Peach knows nothing, but I remember this case pretty well from when I watched the anime. I need to finish the anime. I've gotten, like, I'm on the second season, and I'm, like, a chunk of the way through it. But the thing is, I don't, like, I'd watch an episode at a time, but I don't like splitting up mid-case. The episodes mid-case. So I'm like, ugh. I need to watch this case all in one, but this case is like an hour and a half long if I watch it all in one. I'm pretty sure we plan to play this spin-off eventually, but it'll be a hot minute till we get this, so we'll probably forget what we see here. Makes sense. Especially considering, out of context, a lot of this case in particular is incredibly confusing. You're voicing Eni? Oh, I don't remember the voice I gave Eni. I need to look back through my old VODs while I upload them back to YouTube. I need to, I forget half the voices. I'm pretty sure the voice that I'm doing for Larry right now is not the voice I started with him. But it's been so long since I've seen him that I've forgotten.
You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that?
In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present unto was most certainly this. Is the girl here? Oh, we now know Masama's face. Anyway, you wanted to deliver a present to fucking... Yeah, we'll just do that. Well, technically you didn't. You wanted to present it to Mindy, because your handwriting is garbage. Peachy is all the female characters for now. We'll see if they have to be delegated out. Yeah, I probably should have thought to recruit people to voice more characters, but unfortunately, I have decided to be a one-man show. Incredibly difficult. Hard on the throat, for sure.
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to see Ms. Oldbag so much that I tried to go down a chimney!
Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what?
Thank you for the head pats, Blooming Peachy.
If I wasn't working so much this month, I would have been so down to voice bad and characters like that. That would be cool. But also, I think since I started off by voicing all the characters, I kind of want to end by voicing all the characters. Like, I also enjoy the challenge, you know? Also, my throat hurts a lot less now than back in the original streams, back in like 2022 when I did the original trilogy. My throat's gotten better since then, somehow. How Phoenix Wright recruited himself. He was like, when do you plan to play Ace Attorney? Can I join? I love that. I will say the one thing that I've given myself a break from when it comes to the Ace Attorney stuff is that I make sure that in a voice acting scenario, if the main, like, if I'm voicing the main character, they just get my voice. Because I'm them. I am Edgeworth, so he just gets my basic voice. And then I dramatize everyone else. Just to give my throat a break.
Define wrong impression.
I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room, without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this. Finally, the note. I've tried to present this note twice already, and I've been wrong twice. If there's one thing I do with this game is I try to get 2 steps ahead and they're like, no, you gotta slow down here. Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence.
No way! But it's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You acting so high and mighty and then you bully me. That's why I refuse to look at it.
Be quiet and just take a look.
Well, if you say so, Francie, but only because you say so.
Some people never change, even if their attitudes do change at the whim of women. Women. W-H-I-M-E-N. Wait, what do you mean I'm wrong again? What? Wait, this was me being incorrect? When does this letter come in? I need to think through... Wait, no. Why am I wrong? Larry didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak into the old bat's room. And that fact is best summed up with this. Summed up with what? Oh, the request for Old Bag to stand in for Mindy.
Take that!
That's it. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. Turns out I was 3 steps ahead instead of 2. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to bed to head. Good job, me. Good night, Sarku. Have a good night, and thank you so much for stopping by and sending your community over my way. I appreciate it a whole lot. And I hope you continue having fun, you and the rest of your voice actors in Ace Attorney. And I also hope you continue to have fun with Steins Gate. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess. Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress.
But that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me.
Oh, I doubt that.
I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Ugh. Sexy beam, I tell you!
You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly. I love you, Franziska. Apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes?
This guy's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it?
I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
Because you are. Petition Larry should never say words. Agreed. To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy has fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. There he is, the L.
Hey, Edgy. Looks like I got the hang of this court thing now.
But we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up. I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Zhi says until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. All right, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits.
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Of course he wouldn't think about that.
So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey, someone say something.
Larry, are you seriously trying... Are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as testimony?
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you.
You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man and one man only, and as long as Eddie Pooh is alive, I can't just drop okay. I tried to keep up. I swear I tried.
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove. You'll have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Reggie? Everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point.
Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this now.
Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Where do I put this evidence, though? So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke is really thick. Like, I don't know where to put it. Where do I put this fucking letter, bro? Well, I've been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then what for other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy.
Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect. I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. But it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry and show them already.
Lies! All lies, Edgy!
Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice.
You won't get the better of me! Now let's see.
Alright, well, they said hurry up. Damn it, I didn't mean to press again. Okay, here we go again. Sorry. I wanted to present this. Can I present the letter now?
Objection!
Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is the 4th time I've presented this letter. Get me out of here. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me?
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't this just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Ms. Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows that the person Larry had intended to meet was Mindy? The name, I think. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing. There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But they will have to wait until we're off this crime scene. Did you save me from this scary man?
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again?
It's a fake.
Oh my... Oh, bro!
Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter. To set me up.
Accept your defeat graciously.
But you guys are being so mean.
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours, and we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my life.
Larry might just be left-handed. It's a curse I live with. Others can't read what I write either. If I write slowly, people can read what I write. As a fellow left-handed person. High five, D-Gage. Me smacking the mic was me high-fiving you. But if I write, like, fast, like, if I scroll as opposed to, like, handwriting, even I can't read it sometimes. I get so lost.
Hold it!
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. You've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. This smacks my PC monitor. Hell yeah. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head. Edgy.
So he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, all right? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy.
Your mind just jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're...
Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you.
Ow!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh, hey, what? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head.
That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, but the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Yee! Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me!
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial.
Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got.
I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. Oh my gosh, another one? Bro. Listen, he says it's the final battle. So please, be the final battle. Thank you for the hydrate, DK. I deserve that.
I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damas 2. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red, offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too.
Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership?
But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that.
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right?
Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence?
You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that. Right, Edgy?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Alright. So what's the evidence here? I was the one who found the body of the victim. Okay, that doesn't need to be pressed, I don't think. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's... Okay, I'm gonna press a couple of things, but not all of them. I think what I have to prove here is that the sword is fake. Because we've already proven that the spear is fake. So I'm guessing the sword is also fake. Potentially. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood?
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword.
Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Besides him was a samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. Okay. He said it's weighty, though. I'm still gonna present this. Okay, good. It's still true. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang?
It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down, spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history.
It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. Thank goodness she's the whip girl, then. I would not like to see Franziska spearing people, thank you very much. This would be a lot, more explicitly rated game. I think the whip is in a slightly different category.
So what's your point? You gonna tell me that the spear is the real weapon?
No. I simply want you to take a look at this section here.
The way it's bent?
Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Oh, so we're saying that the sword is real, but it's not Larry's weapon? Because the stage swords are fake. That's what we're trying to get at here. We're not trying to say this sword is fake. We're trying to say this sword is real compared to the fake ones that Larry has.
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing that in the show.
The Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? Ooh, the fanboy is mad.
Yeah!
That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Ms. Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. This blade is definitely Alabastian. Okay, so we don't know whose blood this is. I've got a theory.
I've got a theory that the weapons are swapped. I've got a theory that this is what killed Master Mask 2. And this is what killed Manny Cochin. I'm not sold on it, but I've got the theory. Because I'm not sure the blood has been tested yet. They're not saying it's proven to be the murder weapon in this case. But perhaps it's for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. I added an extra foolish in there, my bad. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. That's a rough saying to make, dude, considering Phoenix, you know, falls off a bridge in the game before this one. I returned from recording a birthday song video for my niece's 4th birthday. Oh, that's so cute. When's her birthday?
You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask 2 without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need.
Of course. What I need is evidence even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. What do I do here?
It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon.
But we know it's the do we know that it's the victim's blood? A tradition Mum makes us uphold. That's such a sweet tradition, though. Make her feel really part of the family. I'm glad that you have, like, a very solid extended family. I wish I did.
So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon?
Okay, I'm gonna have to press everything here, I think. How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory?
As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned, and we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion, that the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact?
If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. All the babies and toddlers in my family can definitely drain me at times, but I do still love them all regardless. I think that's how everyone in the world feels about children. At least at some point. Because children can be draining, but you still adore them anyways. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. Press. May your inquirer say how are you able to make such a claim, Agent Lang?
Lang Ji says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is man.
Rather than man, it's Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. Thank you, Ouija fan.
The human body is a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you just hit the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it!
But we can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword.
I know that. But as long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I'd like.
Okay. It's the only logical conclusion. Press. But you must know that your conclusion is wrong.
Given the circumstance I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates, because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever be.
Hold it.
And you call yourself a professional?
Not so fast.
You still don't see, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust, and the only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible weapon? In this room, there's only one other thing left. This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. You're not going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. Plus, I have other reasons as to why I think the samurai sword is the murder weapon.
So he wants another option. No, damn it! Oh, I keep meaning to press when I have to present. Bro, get me out of here. Back. E. What do I present here? Not the ink, not the sword. Maybe the samurai dog. No, I'm gonna stand by the knife.
Objection.
Damn it! Ah! What's the other option to this? Oh. Oh! Maybe he wasn't bludgeoned to death. Maybe he fell and hit his head on something. And that's why the statue was churned.
Objection.
No? Okay then. I guess I'll keep pressing.
Hold it.
It's either one of those options. The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword?
That's right, even with luminol, which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined.
I'm always genuinely... Ooh. Yeah, let's raise an objection. I'm genuinely always impressed by your ability to pivot into different ideas because I get so stuck so much more quickly in situations like these. I guess I just... If they're telling me it's the wrong option, I just keep trying to find more options. If there's one thing I am, like, I guess generally proud of myself about, it's the fact that, like, I can be quick thinking when it comes to coming up with solutions or ideas. How I execute those solutions and ideas or communicate those solutions and ideas, on the other hand, I struggle with a bit more. If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you. Okay, this must be where we present something.
And how do you plan to do that?
By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Okay, so we have two options here. I'm the opposite. I can't think very quickly, but I'm solid at communicating and hashing out an execution. Well, shaking hands. Together we make a great team. If only we could read each other's minds.
The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every lunch inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis?
Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it.
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. With our powers combined, we can do things. We need to fuse. Like the gems in Steven Universe. I don't know why I'm making a Steven Universe reference. I've never watched it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that I couldn't lay a finger on. It's the statue. It's the statue. They're not allowed to.
Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed Damas too. What exactly is it?
The real murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch is this. Let's go. The national treasure of Alabast.
You mean the Primiduck statue?
Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it, which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction of the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that.
Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue.
Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words.
He is most definitely trying to trick you.
Shifu, please let's be rational about this.
Ugh. Lane Ji says, just go already.
Yes, sir. Shifu.
Yeah?
I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primiduck statue.
I see.
Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally.
Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you've got to be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know?
Agent Lang,
what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already.
what? But Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Does Lang look like the kind of guy who cares about an international incident or not?
Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Wow. Both kind of valiant men willing to fall on their own swords here.
Responsibility? If we're gonna talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and we're investigating.
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminol... Oh, jeez. Chemiluminescence test on the statue.
A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's go. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed Master Mas too.
Indeed.
But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damas too, so the charge remains.
We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required.
Huh, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out.
Okay. Upon closer inspection, he really does look a lot like the Steel Samurai. Maybe that's why they've chosen to be the Goodwill Ambassador. I actually can't discredit that hypothesis. Oh, jeez. I don't think it's that unlikely. We mustn't go around denouncing people's opinions. And look at how easily you discredited mine! Okay. Anything on the back? We have a wheel? Oh, it's a shield. My brain is locked onto that idea. In Steven Universe, we see Steven fused with a human, and their height, age, and eye colors are combined as well as their physical features. That's so cool. I kind of want to keep my body, though. Completely as mine. There's a shield on his back. I wonder if that's supposed to mean that his back is covered. Like she says, those with a shield on their back deflect all enemies. Okay. Sure. Okay, but are we finding something to do with the shield, though? Leave me alone. Oh. Oh, I think I found what we wanted, chat. Hello.
Ugh. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint? What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Ugh. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. A blues clue indeed, D-Gage. Hey, forensics guy. I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me?
Oh, what are they gonna be? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir.
Good. And?
Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Barbalese embassy?
It's Cochin's fingerprints?
The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochin.
But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's... impossible.
Each Primaduck statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. The statues were swapped. This statue is actually Babal's Primaduck statue. Impossible. It can't be. Larry never once set foot on Barbalese soil, so he was free to let go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Alabastian knife in Babal. And Damas too was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yadagarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form.
Finally, the to be continued. Oh my goodness. That was incredible, though.
That was a wild twist. I don't know what I expected, but it was not that the statues have been swapped. And Manny Cochin potentially killed him. No, get me out. I'm done. I'm done. Get me out of here. Very fun, but glad you're able to rest now. Thank you. It was definitely a big first Monday having to do a case this long. Goodness. Oh no, I have to log into Twitch, don't I? Oh no, I'm logged in. Thank goodness. I thought it was gonna clear my cache. Alright. Let's see who to raid today. Oh, you know who I haven't raided in a hot minute? Hot minute? Len. It's been so long since we've hung out with Len. Let's hang out with Len. They're celebrating Pride Month and playing Overwatch 2. The correct way to celebrate Pride Month. Now I wait for Thursday and watch the chaos unfold then. Yeah, Gmod, as always, is going to be fun. I always love Gmod. Alright, let's raid out. It's been so long! There we go. Alright, everybody. Thank you everyone so much for coming to stream today. Thank you Saki for the raid. Thank you so much all of you for the subs and the chatting and the hanging out and just being a part of the community. We're sending our love over to Len, who is playing Overwatch 2. This is the raid message for those who are followers of the stream. And then if you are a subscriber of the stream, you get to use the special raid message of Wiggles and Hearts. What else is there? the other stream for this week will be on Thursday, 2 p.m, same starting time as today. We'll be doing our community day, playing Gmod Prop Hunt with you all. So I hope you all enjoy that a lot. Hate that I'm missing out on Gmod Community Day, but hopefully I'll be off work for the next one. I hope you are too, Ouija fan. It is always great when you're around. I appreciate your presence. If you want to join the Discord to help to participate in voting for future community days and other events, or just hang out with me and the rest of the gang, feel free to join the Discord. Or if you want to follow me on my other social medias, for example, my Twitter, my YouTube, my VODs, YouTube, the TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of that, feel free to hang out there and follow me on those places. But thank you all so much for coming. I hope you have a very good night, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.